welcome to AWS Daily with Ukeme. And today we will be covering the introduction to AWS Code Commit. So AWS Code Commit it's a service that stores your private Git repositories. Without further ado, let's go to the AWS console. So once you sign into AWS, you would get to this console, the landing page, and then you go to search bar and search for Code Commit. So you see here, Code Commit, store code in private Git repos or repositories. So click on that. So it is AWS's native version of GitHub. All right. So once you are in the Code Commit dashboard, Code Commit is a part of AWS developer tools. You would have this empty space here. You don't have any repositories. So what we want to do is to create a new repo. All right, so when you click on create repo, it takes you to this page where you can now create a secure repository to store and share your code. Begin by typing the name. So let's just call this DevOps Bank app, and then give it the description of private repo for AWS Daily. You can decide to add a tag, but just leave it the way it is. Click on create. So this should create a repo. Yes. So we have this now, but there's a couple of steps we need to take. So what we now need to do is to get the credentials. We need to create the Git credentials for this IAM user. The IAM user I'm using right now is called Cyrax. So the best thing to do, or the best way to do that, is to go to your IAM management console. So you need the credentials. Click on users. I'm using Cyrax. Click on Cyrax. That's my user. So you click on the user and then click on security credentials. Scroll down to HTTPS Git credentials for AWS Code Commit. Yes. So generate credentials. Yeah, so this is the credential. It has a username and a password, so you can download it and then close this. As you can see now we have this here created now and it's currently active. So let's go back to Code Commit. We've done step 2. Step 3 is to then clone the repo to the project we want to work, or the IDE we want to use to work. So if I copy this, then I already have a Cloud9 instance open. Come here, paste it, which is a git clone command and the URL. Yeah, so we've cloned the DevOps Bank app folder there. If we ls see that there, so cd into that cd, then ls, we see that it's very empty at the moment. So we would create a file. Let's call this sample.txt. So we just want to check. If you notice here, we don't have any file in this report. So we want to test if we can push and then pull, or just push or commit to this newly created repo. So I create this file. If I check here, this is the file sample.txt. I'm going to write some dummy text in there. This is a dummy text for code commits. So I'll save that, yes. And then if I go back to my terminal and come back here and do a git status. So we see we have that file here. We can now add that. So git add sample txt, or just say git add all. Yes. And then we need to commit that to git commits. I'll call this initial file. Right. that. So if we do git push origin, origin master, push that file to people, and come back here and then refresh the page. We have a file here. So this is that file, sample.txt, and then if you click on it, you will see that we have that. So we can also check for the commits just to see commits. You can always check it, see all the commits that they made, and come here to see all the branches. Currently, we have just one branch. So in a nutshell, that's an introduction to AWS Code Commit. We will come back to this some other time and do justice to AWS Code Commit. In the interim, please have fun and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.